Hi, I'm Dan Schmitt. I do a motorcycle racing TV show, Team Chicago Challenge. My email is teamdan45@gmail.com. My website is teamchicago.tv. We're at the EAA AirVenture Experimental Aircraft Association. It's Saturday. The show's almost over. Some great aircraft. I got to talk to some great people, and they tell us about these different planes. And I think we're going to see, and there's a little bit of action in the air. So let's check out what's going on at the EAA 2023. And my email is teamdan45@gmail.com, and I love to hear from my audience. We're going to kick off today's show on Boeing Plaza. I spot a Lockheed Constellation, an airplane I haven't seen in probably 60 years. The attendance at the EAA AirVenture for 2023 was 677,000 people in 1 week. I was one of 863 media folks that came out from 6 different continents. We are now looking at a C-5 Galazy. That tail section is approximately 10 stories high. This aircraft has been built by Lockheed also. It is a large military transport plane. I had the opportunity to walk through this aircraft. The loading area is 17 feet wide, 13 feet high, and 100 feet long. As I take a look around, this is a huge aircraft. And just think, this thing does fly. And lucky for me, I had the opportunity to talk to one of the crew members. Let's talk to Master Sergeant Kristen Lewis.
Hi, I'm Sergeant Lewis. I'm with the 312th Airlift Squadron. This is the C-5 Galazy. We are at the Oshkosh Air Show, having a good time, showing people around.
So what's the capacity of this?
Our max gross weight is 840,000 pounds. We carry anything, so if it fits, it ships. Tanks, helicopters, people. We do a lot of humanitarian mission. We are a global aircraft, so we pretty much go anywhere.
So this can fly almost continuously.
This will fly continuously. If we have aerial refueling, we don't need to land, so we can just keep going.
Right. So is it fun? I mean, you got a good job, you think?
Oh yeah, I've been doing this for 23 years and really enjoy it. I'm a C-5 load master, so I do all the cargo load and the weight and balance of the aircraft.
So what else have you flown? Any other big
No,
jets?
I've only been the C-5.
Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yep.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Lewis. The C-5 first flew on June 30th, 1968. Total number built is 131 aircraft. I was surprised to see all these souvenirs that they had for sale for the folks that were walking through. I thought it was a nice gesture of the United States Air Force to have items for people that had the opportunity to walk through this very large aircraft. In fact, this aircraft has got a record. Let me see what they say here. The C-5 set the record of a payload of 176,610 pounds over 41,000 feet in 23 minutes. A record that still holds. This is a big aircraft. You see people departing from the payload bay. We look up and see the front of the aircraft rises above the crew cabin with some great hydraulics to do that. Until you stand next to this aircraft, you don't quite understand how big it is. But it is great that the United States Air Force has these aircraft. As I look along the side, it looks like, and I spot someone in the window here, the top of the aircraft looks like it's about 6 stories high. It is considered a high-wing aircraft. It's got 4 TF-38 turbofan engines and the wing sweep at 25 degrees. On the flight line along the north-south runway, I spot a P-47 Thunderbolt that I seen earlier in the day. This represents the 348th Fighter Group that was part of the 5th Army Air Corps, and that group had 396 kills during World War II. Top speed of this aircraft was 426 miles per hour. A very lovely warbird. And now we're spotting and hearing an Airbus A321 taking off. Yesterday, this aircraft was part of an honor flight to Washington, D.C., taking Vietnam vets to the wall in Washington. And I had the opportunity to talk to the pilot of this aircraft as we take another look at this Airbus A321 on the ground. And the pilot of this aircraft is Todd MacLeod, and he's going to tell us all about flying an Airbus A321.
My name's Todd MacLeod. I'm a pilot for American Airlines. I'm wearing a flight suit today because I fly other airplanes too, but we're going to depart in an Airbus Industries A321. About a 240,000-pound airplane, cruises at about 80% the speed of sound, holds about 200 passengers. And we've been up here this week with American Airlines on what we call honor flight. Yesterday morning we flew about 150 Vietnam veterans to Washington, D.C. for a day trip to Washington. So really special to have those folks on board with us. They landed last night about 6 p.m. and then the guys got to enjoy the show yesterday afternoon. So it's part of our Veterans Initiative program at American, and honored to get to do it.
Right. So what's it like to fly out?
You know, the Airbus is a neat airplane. It's smart. It's a fly-by-wire jet. So if you look in the cockpit, it doesn't have a standard control yoke that you might be used to seeing in a normal other aircraft. It's actually got 2 side sticks, like in an F-16. The airplane's completely fly-by-wire. So full-time trim, you just point the airplane where you want it to go, and you can actually let go, and it'll keep doing it. So miraculous. We can land down to about 300 feet of visibility on a foggy morning with a really competent auto-landing system, and cruises at 39,000 feet at about Mach 8.0, like I said.
Thank you, Todd, for telling me things about the Airbus A321 that I never knew. And now we spot a C-135 Stratotanker. This aircraft is based on the same design of a Boeing 707, but it's a little narrower and a little shorter. And Master Sergeant Vicky Hamilton is going to tell us all about this aircraft.
My name is Master Sergeant Vicky Hamilton. I work in maintenance scheduling, so I deal with all of the maintenance on the engines, which are our models, and the aircraft. I assign tails to trips. So wherever a jet goes, I pretty much say, this tail's going on this trip, this tail's down for a wash, etc., etc. What we do is we're pretty much gas stations in the sky. So any military airplane outside of other KC-135s we can give gas to. They've got a fuel receptacle, and all the gas comes out of the boom, which lowers down from the aircraft. It can extend. We also have drogues that go on them, so it's like a little basket that comes out of our boom. The max fuel load is about 209,000 pounds, and we can refuel or give fuel to any aircraft at about 1,000 pounds per minute. So it's pretty fast.
And I should point out,
Yeah.
generally every fighter aircraft, once they take off, they need to refuel before
Pretty
they,
much.
right? I mean,
Correct.
the whole Iraq thing, and they took off from an aircraft carrier somewhere, they had to come find you
Correct.
before they went on their mission.
Yes, and generally we will not, because we are filled with fuel, we do not generally go into combat zones. They meet us.
Right.
So what a lot of times is we do air bridges, so any fighters that are going across the ocean, they'll meet different KC-135s along the way. So we work in conjunction with other KC-135 units and create air bridges from United States to Europe, Europe to, so on and so forth.
Right, right. So how many of these aircraft does the Air Force have?
I would say a little over 100. Unfortunately, very slowly they're going to the boneyard. We just retired one this year, actually 2023. We retired one. So
Well, these are getting kind of old too.
they
right?
are. Our youngest is from 1963, and our oldest is from 1957. So they're a little old.
But with maintenance, so you take care of, you're in charge of making sure everything is
Correct.
operating correctly.
Yes. So, like anything that's tracked hourly or anything that's tracked via calendar-wise, I maintain all of that. We have 10 aircraft at our unit, so that's 40 engines, 10 aircraft. That's always moving the puzzle pieces around, because this jet, per se, was not our first pick to come to Oshkosh. Our first one broke, so it's always moving puzzle pieces around, and it can be a challenge, but it's also very rewarding.
So you're involved with even switching engines out. Yeah.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. So on our aircraft, it doesn't happen very often, but it can happen. Our jets go to PDM, program depot maintenance, every 5 years, and they get literally torn apart and rebuilt. And sometimes we'll have an aircraft come back with newer engines or different engines because a different aircraft might have needed
Right.
an engine, per se.
right.
So, yeah.
So you enjoy your service?
I love it. I joined when I was 17. That was about 17 years ago. So I've been in for almost 18 years, and I've loved every minute of it.
So you're a lifer.
I am definitely a lifer.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Master Sergeant Hamilton. As we take another look at this KC-135 Stratotanker, its cruising speed is 552 miles per hour. First flight was August 31st, 1956. Total number built was 803. And now we get to see the United States Air Force drill team.
The Air Force mission is to fly, fight, and win. Air power, anytime, anywhere. Our rapid mobility and precision engagement defines us as a distinctive military force. The drill team embodies these traits by remaining superbly conditioned to perfect all movements throughout every drill and ceremony. Like all units in the Air Force, the drill team has its own trademark, something it's remembered for. Here, the drill team will execute its trademark maneuver known as the double spins. Their weapons will rotate at a speed of over 40 miles per hour in perfect unison mere inches from their bodies. Our aircraft fly in four-ship formations, performing individual maneuvers, yet still providing air power as one deadly force. Even while divided, each group will remain locked on and maintain the integrity of the drill's timing and precision. The origins of military drill can be traced to ancient Greece, when their armies were the first group warriors into compact formations known as phalanxes. Now, the drill team performs its version of this historic battle tactic. To demonstrate the shared trust between leader and follower, witness the accuracy of each member's drill as they halt their bayonet inches from the drill commander, who stands sharp, crisp, and motionless. Trust is also crucial in a deployed environment. Observe the trust displayed by the airmen of the drill team as they exchange their weapons and supporting wingmen. In order to accelerate change, the Air Force continues to evolve into a stronger and more efficient fighting force. The drill team is no exception to this. Although our routine is frequently revised and improved upon, one tradition remains the same: the use of the drill team's line formation. Watch the domino effect created by the quick reflex of the drill team members, and then make some noise and show some love. The louder you cheer, the harder they will perform.
I'm not trying to get stabbed right now. I am. I'm really trying to get stabbed. I am really. When I just have a scope on me. What is that? I didn't even notice it. Please don't click on that.
The diamond formation you see before you is symbolic of the three diamonds found in the Air Force symbol. These diamonds represent our core values of integrity, service, and excellence, the common bond that unifies us all. Specifically, airmen who control their impulses and do what's right even when no one is looking. They prioritize professional duties over personal desires, and they strive for continual improvement in self and in service.
Thank you, gentlemen of the United States Air Force Drill Team. And now we're looking at the Red Bull Air Force. It is a team assembled from the most accomplished and experienced aviating experts on the planet. This is a free drop parachute jump, sort of resembling a cliff jump or jumping off a bridge, short distance. We now will see the Red Bull stunt aircraft, both the airplane and the helicopter. Let's check it out. now we spot Casper, the friendly ghost. This is a C-47 gun airship used replica of one used in Vietnam. And now we're seeing the Lockheed Constellation C-121A taking off. Let's listen to the engine and see this thing fly. The Lockheed Constellation is a 4-engine airline built by Lockheed starting in 1943. This was one of the first pressurized cabin civil aircraft. This one is named Bataan because of its association with General MacArthur. Bataan was a city in the Philippines. It has a distinctive tail section, and it's got a dolphin-shaped body. And I had the opportunity to talk to the pilot, Stewant Dawson.
My name is Stewart Dawson, and I am fortunate enough to get to fly this airplane for Rod Lewis. It's a Constellation. It's been under an 8-year restoration. We moved it 8 years ago, so really it's been about a 7.5-year restoration, and everything was moved, touched, brand new. It's a spectacular airplane.
So what kind of engines does this have?
This has Curtiss-Wright 3350s on it. There's 4 of them. They put out about 2,800 horsepower apiece. It is hydraulically boosted control and everything. It was the latest and greatest in 1947. This one, this airplane was Douglas MacArthur's airplane, which was named Bataan, and you'll notice we have that on the nose.
Oh, right. Bataan duck march.
Then it spent 4 years with NASA and their space program because they had no way to run the radios, no satellites and everything, so they had 4 or 6, I'm not sure, of these up in the air to
For radio control.
Correct.
Right.
Correct. And it's a fabulous airplane.
Fun to drive, fun to fly.
Not in my wildest dreams did I ever think I would get to do one of these. I flew a lot of freighters and everything, hauling freight, DC-4s and Corvairs and everything, but these are just so rare. This one is the only one in the world flying right now.
That's flying, right. Yeah, it's amazing how many of these planes have got just chopped up.
And Rod Lewis, he is a collector, and he loves the history, and I don't know of another airplane around like this.
Thank you, Stewart. The last time I seen one of these Constellations fly was probably in the mid-1950s, when my dad would take my brothers and me to Midway Airport and watch airplanes land and take off. It was a great day in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Wonderful folks with beautiful aircraft. For more information on the EAA, the Experimental Aircraft Association, the 2 websites are EAA.org, airventure.org. Join us next year, 2024, July 22nd through July 28th. Contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, is teamdan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmitt. Motorcycle racing for great motorcycle racing action. Dan Schmitt Politics to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a great collection of motorcycles. And pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package from Rich's Yamaha. They're in Lockport, Illinois, but give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com.